Would you like to hear a story? Well, if you would, get yourself comfortable and I'll tell you a story. It's called The Stagehand, and it was written by Don Grant. I was on the stage. It was during the second act, and I'd just been cued for my line. I was about to speak them, but as I did, the words came from behind me. I turned and looked, and I saw that another actor was delivering the lines that I had rehearsed, and I was confused. Feeling very out of place and in the way of things, I backed up a step, and I listened to the dialogue being exchanged between the two actors. I watched them as the movement of the play took them here and there across the stage, and I found myself not as a player, but as an observer, and I was wondering, why wasn't I being directed off the stage? I didn't understand what was happening. I had rehearsed my lines for weeks, and it was to be my debut performance, and I was ready. And then something even stranger began to happen. I started to rise off the stage and slowly float up. Above the stage and above the actors and above the audience. How could nobody be noticing this? I wondered. Higher and higher I rose, and then I woke up with a bit of a start, and I found myself perched in the catwalks, and then I remembered where I was, who I was. I must have dozed off. I'm not an actor. I'm a stagehand. I'm in the catwalks a lot, adjusting the lighting and sometimes dropping fake snow and shooing away a bird or a bat. If I'm not there, I'll be in the wings, making sure that the props and the scenery are in good order and ready to go on stage. If you're in the audience, you won't see me, but I'm always there. I do sometimes think it would be nice to be an actor in a troupe, but not so much that I would have dreamt about it. I enjoy my job, and I like knowing that I'm helping to keep the show run smoothly. When the show ends, and the troupe gathers backstage, there's generally much chaos and laughter and sometimes crying. I can't always hear exactly what it is they're saying, but I think they're pleased with the performance, and now they're ready to party. They're a fine troupe of actors, and it's a good play this season, and the audience always leaves happy, laughing and talking about it on the way to wherever it is they're going, for drinks at the bar just outside of my window sometimes. I have a room above the theater. It's very handy for me. It's small, but I don't need much space. When the people come out of the bar for cigarettes, I sometimes put down the book I'm reading and I listen to them. I can't always hear what it is they're saying, but I can always hear how it is they're saying it. It's easy and casual, and sometimes they tell jokes, and sometimes they laugh so wildly that I have to laugh out loud with them. But when this happens, I look over at Steve and I feel embarrassed. Steve McQueen. This theater used to show films, and when I moved upstairs, I found some old movie posters. They must have shown a movie called Bullet at one time, because there was the poster. It was in good shape, so I put it up. That one, another one called Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So I laughed out loud, and I look over at Steve or Paul or Robert, and I feel embarrassed when this happens. They're not laughing. They are very serious men. It makes me wonder if I would have understood the joke, and I realize that, of course, I wouldn't have. It was just the way they laughed that made me want to laugh out loud too, I suppose. I do think it would be nice to go down to that bar and laugh with those people, but I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't know any funny jokes. In my dream, I knew the lines that I was supposed to say because I'd heard them spoken so many times, and I even found the script and read it through. I think I would have remembered my lines despite my nervousness. But outside of the bar, I wouldn't have a script, and I would have to wait for the others to laugh so I know when to laugh too. Maybe I'll dream about that tonight. How am I? The theater's empty and quiet now. I didn't realize I'd been dozing for so long. I'll clean up a bit now, but before I turn the lights down, I think I'm going to go on the stage and say the lines that I had rehearsed.